Well, well, well. I have waited for such a time as this. That annoys me. My little tail right there. I have waited for such a time as this to go live. And what I've been waiting for, which is silly, we'll talk about that. What I've been waiting for is the right time and the right place. Okay, that never actually comes. Beyond that, what I've been really waiting for as a person, human moment, is to find that moment. Oh, you see that right there. That moment of inspiration to bring such clarity forth, because sometimes in the hustle and bustle of life, we can get really jumbled. We can get really taken away from what it is that we want to do or want to say when you over here gotten to look left and look right and do all of the things. So I was waiting, hoping and praying for an inspired moment when life was just so beautiful and so overwhelmingly magnificent that I just had to share. But as the universe would have it, I'm having to do in a regular video form. So it's forcing me to confront reasons why I've had issues with consistency as it pertains to this particular medium. There's a lot of pressure, you know, because every time we watch a TikTok video, and we all love TikTok, or YouTube video, it seems like the person that, if you're doing the comparison thing, which you shouldn't be doing, it seems like the person who's talking to you has it together. Like they got this package. Shout out to Jasmine's Garden. If y'all follow Jasmine's Garden on TikTok, when I tell you that baby's delivery is off the chain, baby just be going with it and be saying all of it, and it be packaged real cute and put together, and you be like, damn, I want to talk like that. I want to deliver with that much confidence and that much charisma. Baby, look. The charisma is in the delivery in and of itself. You understand what I'm saying? The charisma is in the fact that you showed up. I cannot begin to name, and I do this often, and I'll probably do this because I love giving people their flowers, but to my queen pose and my Bahati life and my queen cup and my Tatiana Tarot, Ayana Understood, just watching these people. Oh, what is the girl? The beautiful multi-passionite. When I find her, I'll let you know about her too. But watching these beautiful people, these beautiful women, these beautiful reflections of myself show up continuously. And to see, specifically in the reflections, to see a little piece of me here and a little piece of me there and a little piece, and then to take all of that away and say, oh my gosh, all of those pieces and some make up who I am. There is space for me. There is space for me. And I'm so happy about that, to allow myself to be that, which brings me to what I was thinking through on my walk. As you can see, I'm a little winded. I love little people. I love great souls. It can't be, guys. You're going a little further? Okay, look, if I'm gonna give you some advice, I would say go down, all the way down, but then there's gonna be a road. Then you can turn around.
What do you think?
Let's go. We're going that way.
You wanna go this way? Okay.
And you're gonna need that breeze, because Auntie is sweating, okay? Y'all have a great day.
You too. See ya.
Where is the sun? Oh, there we go. Thank you, God. Even now, just capturing that interaction online. It's always been my desire to come into this space as I am, as who I am. And then I'm like, I'm so who I am, because I always tell people I don't exist online. I only exist in real life. Right now, YouTube is the only place you can find me. I always tell people, or I always want to share with people, rather, those type of interactions, because that is the essence and the soul of who I am. Kindness is who I am. That's what I do. I don't need no camera to do that, but I'm so grateful that the camera is here to capture those moments, because people don't believe that people still live like that or still do that. But baby, it's me, the goddess, honey. This is how I've been able to live and love and smile and laugh and be free and be whole and all of the things all the time that I've been able to do it. People, pretty women wonder where my secret lies, because baby, I am cute and built to fit a model size. You better know something about me, baby. You better know it. Oh, these folk done distracted me from what it was that I was about to say. Oh, I remember now. Honoring the self. There are so many facets of who I am that I've gotten to experience via other people. I'm very much an introvert. I'm an extrovert if you meet me. Like, if you meet me, I'm just like this in person. Like, oh my God, yes, yes, yes. Baby, but when I come down up off it, the only thing that I need is my little sip and my music, honey, my R&Bs, my alternative R&Bs, my vibes. That's all I need. Shout out to El Hay. Ooh, and Leon Thomas. Did you see the sun? That's how you know when you're doing the Lord's work, when the sun agree with you everywhere you go. Okay, we're back. Seeing all of those facets made me learn something that I have traditionally ignored for years, because shout out to the Gen Zers, we have all had a moment of cringe. Like, I mean, pure unadulterated cringe. My whole life was cringe for me for about 5 years. Like, the whole thing, like everything I would do, every interaction I would have. But that's because I hadn't gotten comfortable with the power of my own spirit. So I would go places and I just have these messages or these things that I want to say. Stranger at the bar, we're talking. Next thing you know, they're crying. I'm feeding and edifying their soul. And that shit used to embarrass the hell out of me. I used to call my best friend every day after drinking and be like, am I a bad person? And I'm an alcoholic. Am I an alcoholic person? Is that why that happened? She's like, no, sweetie, you are the kindest, friendliest person under the influence that I've ever known. Years she had to deal with that. Bless her. Bless her. You'll hear her come up a lot. Because I like to give gratitude to those who've helped me build my life, whether they're in it, out of it, moving around it, back in it, whatever the case may be. So there were so many facets of myself that I was embarrassed of. It was hard for me to accept certain things, because a lot of what I was trying to accept was somebody else's narrative about what that thing means. So if I could give you an example, one thing that I've grown to accept now, I'm bossy. I'm the boss. You see how I put that together for me? For me? Yes, I am. I wouldn't have it any other way. I am the boss as it pertains to my life and who I am and what I do. You can even hear it in my voice and the way that I talk. That thing comes strong. So for every time that I spent time trying to hide that or trying to manipulate or maneuver that, I wasn't giving myself a chance to live. I wasn't giving myself a chance to exist and be what somebody else needed, because I was afraid of what is, when there are women on this planet who live and die by being a bossy bitch. Heavy on the ladder. Okay? Heavy on the ladder. And they have no problem with it. They make no qualms about it. I've said this a million times, probably in prior videos, but I'll say it again. One of the greatest forays and lessons that I've learned as to how to actually be a human being and a divine being, but mostly a human being, because I've been divine for a very long time and I've sat in that divinity for a very long time, whether I knew what it was or I didn't. But being a human being was something that I was not trained to do, because did you see the word that I used? I was trained. I was indoctrinated. I grew up in the church. I didn't know anything about individuality outside of what was intrinsically in me and obviously always expressing itself. You know, when you're young or you're being parented or you're being mentored or you're being guided and you're dealing with older people, you got to realize they see something on you prior to you ever seeing it in yourself. So before I could ever see the wholeness and the beauty of individuality, it was already being worked out of me. So when I started to go into, you know, just program spaces, I discovered reality TV. And I discovered the thing, entity, a force to be reckoned with on that reality TV named Lenethia Leaks. I could do a whole video on lessons that I've learned from Nene as a woman and how to live life unapologetically and apologetically and still get to do it and grow and elevate and be fabulous and be a big girl, because I ain't no small thing myself. Hold up. But I got to learn all of those lessons, and I got to see the wholeness of humanity, in which taught me how to be a whole human and let me know that it's okay to be a whole human. Just because you make a mistake or you cuss somebody out, you don't die. But did you die though? What a beautiful talkie. Oh, you heard me? I see. You don't die. You don't die because you make a mistake. You start to die when you don't understand that mistakes are to be made, whether you're chastising yourself for them or you're over glorifying them. You start to die when you lean into ego either way. Because ego is both ways, telling you who you is and telling you who you ain't. Come on, somebody. We're going to preach today because that's what we do. And that's always what we're going to do, because I am now accepting myself, and that is the soul of who I am. And I understand that people hear me who need to hear me, and they need to hear me this way. You see what I'm saying? I can't be Jasmine's Garden. Ooh, look at that circle back. I can't be Jasmine's Garden. I can't be Nene Leaks. I can't be Queen Cup, much as I love her. I can't be Tatiana Tarot. That shorty speak multiple languages, and you can hear it on her tongue. Like, come on. What we doing? What are we doing? So it took me going through many years. And I tell you that because I need to tell you something that you don't want to hear, and you've heard it several times, but you're going to hear it today very differently. Trust the process. Even when you don't know that the process is a process, just think back to, you know what, there might be a process going on here. That's why all of my relationships are failing. We won't even get into the relationship and friendship faux pas that I've made, and to the people that I've hurt, harmed in a true way or a perceived way. I apologize. I'm not who you knew a week ago. I'm damn sure not who you knew a year ago. And that ain't to say nothing about Shorty a year ago, because I was fired in. But just don't come up to me acting like you know me. You understand what I'm saying? You see what I did there? You see what I did there? Acceptance. The full facets. And I use the word facets, and I use acceptance, and I break it apart like that because when you look at a diamond, this brand, I am the diamond doll, the goddess, honey, goddess Dior. If you knew me before, you may know me as Miss Milan. Check the books for those. But a diamond is multiple facets. When you look at a diamond, the way that it's positioned, you would think, or a lot of gemstones, you would think that if you crack it, you could just break it apart. But a diamond does have many sides. And you're not going to see the same thing from one angle that you see from the other. And for me to discover my own diamond life, it took me cracking apart the facets of who I am individually, every piece, to get something unique that was lovable for me. So trust the process. Even when you don't know it's a process, you have to understand that when you put a petition up, when you go to manifest something, or you tell God, you tell Spirit, you tell Divine Creator, you tell Source what it is that you want, it may not come when you want it. Damn it, I can't believe I'm saying that. It may take 4 or 5 years, and you don't spend the 4 or 5 years looking for it. Shout out to Craig. You know who you are, and you know what you sent me. It's not, when in ritual, we don't ask for the results right now. Like, this is not going to McDonald's and paying for your order and then you get it at the next window. But you got to understand, this is McDonald's and you did pay for your order and you're going to get your order. Now, you may have to wait in line for it. There may be several cars ahead of you. You might watch some of your very best friends and people that you love and care about go on to a success that you feel like is rightfully yours. And I understand that, but if it's for you, it will not miss you. You better hear me now. What is for you will not miss you, no matter how long it takes. It has taken me 10 years from the time that I wrote my first book to now to comfortably, confidently, and even in cringe, even when I don't know that I'm doing it right to come here before you like this. Now, this has always been me. You can ask anybody who's ever heard me speak publicly at events, to their children, at the grocery store. This has always been who I am, but I was scared to show that for fear of how somebody else would take the packaging of it. When the only person who needs to approve that packaging was me, because it's in me. It's always going to be me. It's always been me. I always show up this way. So why would you be afraid to show the world who you are? And yes, there are going to be some people who have some fuck shit to say, but to be quite honest, you would rather them like you for who you are and deal with you for who you are than for who you not. If you ain't gonna like me, that's cool. I would rather you not like me for who I am than some projected version of your ideas of what you think that I am. If you ain't gonna like me, call me arrogant. I'm cool with that. I'll be that. If you ain't gonna like me, oh, I don't like the way she, baby, I've been on Baller Alert before. And when I tell you they tore me apart physically, ain't nothing you can say to me that I don't already know, already feel some type of way about, probably doing something about, maybe not doing nothing about. It's whatever. I understand the projection when you dealing with the holy, when you dealing with divinity. We get it. But you've got to love those parts of yourself so that you can show up and be the message and be the voice that somebody like you needed years ago. All right, I'm done. I'm done. I love y'all to life, to prosperity. If you need to talk to me, there will be a link at some point. And if you go down there and there is no link, you message me and you talk to me in those comments. I read those comments. You talk to me in those comments and we'll set something up, because that's a process, baby. We're going to get this website built and it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful. But that doesn't stop the work that we have to do here. That doesn't stop your elevation or mine. So if you need to talk to me, there will be a link below. Understand that there's an energetic exchange to it. Let's talk about that real quick before I get off of here. An energetic exchange as it pertains to money. This is love, and the well of this is endless. So if you need this for you specifically, give me something that will allow me to give this to you freely, where I'm not dishonoring myself, my needs, or my desires. You see, when you start to talk about money that way, or you phrase it that way, and you give people the opportunity to bless themselves, bless you, bless themselves, and feel good about it. I love spending my money that way. I got a couple people on YouTube I need to go spend some money with now. Shout out to Shawnetta, Nettabug. Anyways, I love you to life. I love you to life. We'll talk soon, all right?